Good morning, you lovely lot. Welcome to Friday's edition of Wake Up Call and, you know, Friday in general to Crafters TV. We've got a very busy day planned for all you guys that love your soft crafts. However, many of you know many of your soft craft items you can be using with your paper crafts as well. That's, of course, going to be Wake Up Call and Softer Side. Then later on, at the end of the day, here in the UK anyway, be afternoon for many of you, morning for some of you, we're going to have a craft house all about Totally Tiffany, and we have got some brand new, easy to organise buddy bags, 2 new ones, I know. Easy to organise, Craig. What are you on about? We'll tell you all about that just shortly. What's more, that pesky little devil yesterday let slip something, didn't he? He did indeed. You've got Clear Out 10 in the promo code. So when you get to checkout, put in Clear Out 10 and you're going to get 10% off all of the website. Now, it does exclude January and February launches, and it is going to end midnight your time, wherever you are across the globe. So when you get to checkout, in that promo code, just put Clear Out 10. That 10% then is going to be taken off. What's more, what we are also going to be doing today, over the next 3 days, we're in a given mood here. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to give you something free. Now, if you spend £20, $20, €20, we're going to put a free gift in. You don't need to do anything. It's going to be added to your box, your collection, your products from the warehouse staff as it is. So it will automatically go in. Today's one with a random Crafts of Kindness is our Sarah's signature. This is from Frosty and Bright, and it's the Gildan Flakes. So originally from, of course, Sarah's Christmas collection, but with it being that gold tone there, you've got the glue, you've got the sponge, you're going to be using that all throughout your crafting needs. So that is why these 2 things alone are absolutely phenomenal, an absolute must when it comes to watching today on Crafters TV. That Clear Out 10, plus you're also going to get that free gift. But what about a launch? Well, we've got a launch for you. We've kind of got 2 launches with those easy to organise bags coming up later on. But today, Wake Up Call, this Friday, is all about soft crafts with your, well, softer side of life. You'll be glad to know it's not me doing the stitching. You'll be glad to know that we are back together. We're back together for 2 days. We're going to be flipping and flopping. And it's Becky.
Nice. I'm very excited.
So am I.
Because I thought after last time I was in that they may just sort of change it and say we're not allowed to work together. But, you know, they haven't got the memo.
No, they haven't.
No, so, yeah, it's me. It's me today. We've got some amazing templates today. So I've got a few samples here. These are new Threaders templates. You don't need your Gemini. They are just templates for you to draw around to make these really gorgeous little applique animals. So you've got your little teddy here. You've got this one's a festive deer, but you could obviously make him non-festive. You've got a rabbit here, and you've also got a fox. And what does the fox say?
What does the fox say?
What was that? Was it a song?
That was Crazy Frog, yeah.
Was it Crazy Frog that did a fox one?
Yeah, I know it's kind of a standing joke. If you see on CTV social media, you'll know exactly what we're on about, because I said, what did the fox say? And you said... like it is. And I said, that sounds more like the Crazy Frog. Ring-ding-a-ding-ding-a-ding-ding-a-ding. So that's why we've got that transition between them both. I do have to say, I do believe as well that the Crazy Frog is a lot better. But do you know what? That's just my decision. My opinion.
Well, I think the Crazy Frog, I think there'll be lots of people watching that going, I don't know what on earth you're talking about. Have a look afterwards and you'll be able to see exactly what I mean by Crazy Frog.
Although I think the Crazy Frog, that was quite the thing in America as well.
Oh, was it?
I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was. It was years and years and years ago. Showing our age.
Yeah.
Very quick look to tomorrow. We're on tomorrow. Yes. You're on presenting side. I'm on demonstration side. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
It is.
I'm looking forward to that. But shall we get started when it comes to our brand new launch?
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
there on the website already. There is 2 options. There is the non-showstopper, but there is a showstopper. And when you see the deal, you're going to be like, what's the point of having that normal collection when I can go for that showstopper collection? And here it is, right here on your screen for you to then snap up when you add it to your baskets. It is, of course, the Threaders. This is our brand new animal applique template 4-pack bundle. Now this one here, with it being your showstopper collection, you are going to be saving 38%. Now this is $38.96 or $49.03. Now in this showstopper collection, you're also going to be getting these scissors. You're also going to be getting the erasable pens as well. Now within that bundle, it works out that you're getting the scissors and the pen for £5 or $5 or €5. Now those two items alone are worth $15.98 or $22.90. So you can see on the screen there, $38.96 or $49.03. Gives you a really good saving. Platinum, however, is even better, as it comes down to £31.17 or $39.22. You've got all of these animal applique templates, but you've got the scissors. You've also got your erasable pens as well included. Just to say as well, if you wanted that collection without the actual scissors and the erasable pens, it's $33.96 or $44.03. So there you go, that showstopper for that extra $5, you're then going to be getting the scissors and the erasable pens as well. It has already been busy this morning when it comes to the soft craft side. 12 elements in total, 16% has gone already. We're only 6 minutes into the first live show. It's a launch from, as I say, that softer side. If you love your soft crafts, the different ways, the different types that you can then get creative with when it comes to these. We will be focusing on it when it comes to softer side, of course, but we are going to be having a look at it within Wake Up Call this morning, as well as many other items you might want to get your hands on. But let's just say a good morning to, well, we've got Chloe on the socials for this morning, and she's saying that, well, Cindy's saying hello from Victoriaville, California. We've got Lynn Blackledge is saying good morning and greetings from Isle of Wight. Just to say as well, if you hear any wind, you will hear wind. It is, excuse me, how very dare you. That's one thing you'll never get from me. Maybe from my mouth, just some of the goop that I tend to talk. But yeah, oh my God, the weather, the wind is horrendous.
So I have to get all my samples from a little warehouse just around the corner, and I have a trolley, and the trolley was blowing away. And luckily somebody else came along and helped me, because it was just like a farce, because I've got a dress on, my skirt's going up in the air, or the samples are blowing down. They're blowing down the hill. It was an absolute nightmare. So it's super, super windy here. So stay safe if you're anywhere where it's... Was it Otto, the storm is called?
Oh, yes,
it's got a name. First time we've had a name in a while.
Yeah, I remember thinking, because me and Ben have still not managed to go to the cinema and see a Man Called Otto with Tom Hanks. Yeah, we mean to try and go for a couple of weeks. Our schedules just keep clashing, so that's why I thought of that name, absolutely. So yes, stay safe here in the UK, although it is probably very, very mild compared to what a lot of you guys get stateside. Lynn is in saying good morning and greetings from Isle of Wight. Lynn Blackledge is saying ready for another fun-filled day on Crafters TV. Debbie's in saying good morning from Michigan. We had freezing rain last night, but good thing I put salt on our sidewalks before I went to bed. Good thinking, clever. We've got Charlotte and we've got Nicola in the gallery today. Nicola was just saying that was very clever, thinking ahead doing that. I must remember that if we start to get any frost coming our way. Janet saying good morning, Becky and Craig from snowy Michigan. Carol's in, Michelle's in, Lewis is in, Sue's in. We've also got Sandra Dundas is saying good morning, Craig, Becky, CTV crew, social media superstar, crafty friends, and Craig, is it cold in the studio? You
just got a lot of layers on.
I do have a couple of layers on. I do have a couple of layers on today. I'll probably get hot. Won't be surprised if by later on within... Yeah, you're right, Charlotte. I've got 3 layers on. Within Wake Up Call, the jumper or the jacket comes off because it will get hot at some point. Starts off cold, but then with the lights, it does heat up. Right, if you If you get any questions in, any comments in, if there's something specific that you want to ask Becky, it's not often we see Becky within big periods of time like we've got today, full on wake-up call, full on softer side. She will be here as well tomorrow on this side. Still, you can ask her questions tomorrow if you want. Do get in social. As I say, we've got Chloe on, so either Facebook or YouTube, that's the place to go. Please remember as well, anything on the website, excluding January and February launches, you're going to get that extra 10% out. In that promo code, put clear out 10, that'll take that 10% off. And then also, if you're spending over £20, $20 or €20, you're going to get your free gift as well. Now, this is running over the next couple of days. It's something different each day. Today is the free gift here. All you need to do is just spend over that amount, 20, 20 or 20, and that will be automatically put into your baskets. Right, okay, do Animal Applique collection, 12-piece, $38.96 or $49.03. Platinum comes down to £31.17 or $39.22. All of that is across on the website. Shop the day, that's the best place to go. But of course, as you know by now, I know very little, diddly squat, in fact, when it comes to things like this, Becky. So after last week working with you, I'm really looking forward to learning all about this.
Excellent, I like that idea. Do you know what applique means?
It's something I hear a lot,
yeah.
And then it gets explained to me, and it's one of those things that goes out my head. So is it like joining things together?
No, that's patchwork. Basically, applique is where you've got a surface of fabric, and you're going to decorate the surface of it. So you're going to be sticking something and sewing something, a shape on top of it. So it's not actually forming part of a larger piece of fabric like you would with a patchwork. So if that makes any sense. Now, somebody said to me, you know when the design team really love a product because you get so many samples. I've got so many samples here to show you all the things you can make with these. So you've got 4 different animals that you can use, and each animal it comes in 3 different sizes.
Okay, doc.
So you can be using these for sort of large cushions like this one here. So, you know, make it into a festive cushion, maybe an autumnal kind of one. Actually, I think in some ways, if you sort of changed his ears or changed his antlers and moved his ears down, he might look like another kind of animal, maybe like a dog. You could adapt them. But you could use them for embellishing bags. We've got little toiletry bags over here as well. You can see here. We've got all sorts of other things to show you as well. So using them for children's bags. So this is a swimming bag that we've got over here, which looks really cool with that beautiful little fox. It's lovely. And then that is that little stocking that you saw earlier on. We've got this one here, which is a little cushion that you can pop your book into. So look, a book cushion. I'm going to be making one of those in a little bit of time. But also, you know, a little Easter bag.
Imagine that with loads of little Easter eggs or that in it.
Going to be making something a bit like that later on. But what about putting them on clothing? Little T-shirts with that on there. Loads of us will have T-shirts from the kids where they've got stains on them, you want to cover them up, or maybe you want to make something like this for a party. You know, maybe you've got the kids coming round and you're going to put them in the goodie bags for them to take home, something like that. And then this is my favourite one. This is because I think this is just so cute, and hopefully you'll be able to see it because it's quite a long, like this. It's table runner. We've got.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, I need you, Craig. I need you.
You need me. A nice hearing that.
Can you see that? Look, you've got the daddy fox, and then the mummy fox. Maybe 2 mummy foxes, I don't know. And older children, little children at the end. It just looks so cute. And I think this is a really, really beautiful way of showing all of those different sizes you're going to be getting. You get all those 3 sizes just in one of those packs.
That is so cute, that.
It's lovely, isn't it? Absolutely my favourite one. I can't remember who made it. See if there's a name on it to say. But whoever from the design team made that, they're all gorgeous. But I think those little foxes are easy to use templates. They are made of acetate, so they're plastic. You don't use your Gemini, you're just going to be tracing round these, ideally with a heat erasable pen. You can use them to adhere to the fabric with some of the spray that we have, the adhesive spray, or you can use Bondaweb or something similar.
Okay.
So this one is your deer. And we've made it very clear on here how to put everything together. If I open this up and show you, it does say at the front of all of these, they're 2 pieces. They are 2 pieces in that one is a template. and one is the instructions.
Right, okay.
Don't be mistaken thinking you're going to get 2 sets of templates, because you're not going to get those. But we've made it really simple in here. So we've shown you on each side what shape they are, what they're for. All you need to do is work out what you want to use. And obviously when you want to trace out something like an ear, you want to trace them one way and then the other. So you want to flip it around this way
Becky,
to trace the other side.
I'm really, really sorry. Can I just jump in and say 20% of the stock's gone?
Not surprised.
20%'s gone. We're 15 minutes into the first live show. Officially, launch day show of it isn't until later on, and 20%'s gone.
Excellent.
We might be singing and dancing later on.
We might be, because a lot of my demos involve these, so maybe. But they are really easy to use. Now, if you've never sewn before, these are going to be perfect for you to use. If you are great at sewing, you can adapt these and make them into all sorts of different things. Now, I'm thinking these are going to be great if you're going to be making you know, little bags, for example, with a fox on it, with a T-shirt. You can make and sell. So obviously that is something that you can look at doing. Making all of those little tiny animals, making them in little panels in little goodie bags and things like that. And obviously we've got Easter coming up as well, so using these to make that kind of Easter bag would be ideal. And I think, you know, great for children, grandchildren and your own children, rather than filling it up, you know, giving them a load of chocolate. You can give them a bag, and then they could go to other people's houses and fill it up with chocolate.
That's true. Yeah, that's really good idea, that is.
And a little idea is what I'm going to give you is tell family members your children particularly like a type of chocolate, and make sure it's one that they don't like and one that you do like. So when they get the Easter egg and it's a, I don't know, licorice all salt Easter egg, the child will go, I don't like this one, and hand it to you.
That's a good idea. So what happens, say someone like maybe on a Saturday night on Crafters TV is going to be doing a craft along where he's incorporating bars of chocolate.
Well, that's
like
a lovely
Cadbury's,
idea, isn't it?
You know, where maybe one might be dairy milk, and one might be Cadbury's dairy milk, and one might be fruit and nuts. Is that a nice selection?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think that's a lovely idea. I wish there was somebody doing something like that over the weekend, maybe.
Maybe.
That
Last
would be
show of the
really
day, tomorrow, Saturday, you might find that in a craft along.
Exactly.
3 bars and 3 of us, you, me and Charlotte. Actually, Jake will be in, so we'll share.
Could we have I don't like sharing. Could we have a little competition to see how quickly it takes for us to eat a bar of chocolate?
Well, you're in luck there, because I don't like milk chocolate.
Oh,
so
do you not?
Each of us can have 1 bar each.
Oh, excellent.
There you go.
I like that idea.
But yeah, you know, and I'm saying that in a flippant side, because then you could do things like that. Make the bags. You could fill them with chocolate if you want to, or a chocolate Easter, or you know, if you make your Easter T-shirts for the kiddies and make one of these bags Easter themed and wrap it in, instead of a what do you call it? You know, like your wicker basket when you fill it with lots of
your Easter basket.
Yeah, Easter basket. Instead of it in one of those wicker ones with your tissue paper in that, put it into one of these bags that you've made.
Or put a book in it and really disappoint the children by not putting any chocolate in it at all. They love that.
Yeah, disappoint them.
There's lots of options you can do with this. So I will show you, I'm going to do a rabbit because, you know, well, you know, it's nearly Easter. Now in here we've got a recipe book. We show you how to put the rabbit together. It is very, very simple as to how you put the rabbit together, how you put all of these together, but we've given you the instructions to show you how to do that. And we also have given you instructions about how to put it, how to actually fuse everything together. Now I find that a mixture of some of our spray, so I haven't got my lid on here, but this is the orange spray. This is your stick and stay. So this is the permanent adhesive. And this is the one that you spray on, then you iron over the top of, and then that will adhere. A mixture of this, and then also a mixture of Bondaweb. And Bondaweb is the stuff that I've talked about before. It's like a piece of paper, and it has glue on the back of it. So you put it on your piece of fabric and you iron it on the paper side, and then you cut around it, and then you peel off the backing when you want to put that piece of fabric down, and basically the glue is then on both sides and sticks down. A mixture of those 2 things. Now the reason I will say a mixture of those 2 things is because some of these pieces are quite small. For example, where you've got the little nose. If you're using the spray, it can be a bit tricky to get the spray on that little nose. You can use some tweezers, but you need to make sure you're in a well-ventilated place. So I would just say sometimes it's good to have a little bit of mix. You could also use some of our glue. So we have, why can I never find it? There it is, upside down. we have some of our textile glue. That is another option for you to use as well. Now, when you put these together, you can just stick them all on top of each other and leave it at that. But if you don't want to do that, you might want to do something, just stitch around it. You can stitch around it by hand, and you can stitch around it with your sewing machine. There's all sorts of different options for you to do. And we're going to use the sewing machine on some of these. May even do a little bit of hand stitching on some of the others as well that we do today.
Right.
So we're going to start off by taking some fabric. So I've got some nice grey fabric here. And I am going to, I'm not going to put anything on the back, so this is just plain fabric. And I'm just going to use my heat erasable pens, and I'm going to draw around this shape here. So I'm going to be using the largest size here. So just using that heat erasable pen to go around the edge. Now, if you're going to be using bonder web, you want to fuse that onto the back of this and then draw this out, but I'm not going to worry about that because I'm going to be using our spray. And I'm also going to cut out the large body. The large body, because a bunny needs to be big.
It does. I'm more like amazed at how quick you're doing that.
Well, I'm a bit, you know me, I'm a bit slapdash. It doesn't matter because I've got, it's heat erasable pen, so if I get pen over this, I could just rub it off, or I could just wave that over the hairdryer over the top of that, and then you've got that marked out. So I'm just going to cut those out, these little shapes. You can use your rotary cutter if that's what you want to do, but I think actually it's just as easy to use your scissors. So I'll cut around these.
We are going to be having a look either in Wake Up Call or on Softer Side. We've got some fabrics as well. So we may touch upon them just shortly, but do check out the website. Go into Shop the Day, you're going to find it there as well. And remember, if you are spending over £20, €20, €20, you're going to get that free gift as well. So it's a great one. And on that actually, Becky, with the Showstopper collection, now I might be stating the obvious here, but I'm going to be asking you, where you've got the scissors and you've got your 3 erasable pens within that Showstopper, you're getting them for just an extra £5, €5, instead of, I think it's like £15.98 in pounds. Where would you say it's beneficial to go for that bundle? Although it's only £5 or so more.
I would say, even if you've already got the pens, and even if you've already got scissors, we've all got scissors. These scissors, all the scissors that we sell are really great, but you always need more scissors and you always need more pens because eventually the pens will run out. I have quite a few sets of pens dotted around the house because I need them for, I use them for all sorts of things. I use them for paper craft as well if I want to mark things onto a card that I'm working on, because actually sometimes, you know, and it disappears. You don't need to use your iron on it. You can use your heat tool, or you could just wave the hairdryer over the top of it. So you would use them for all sorts of different things. I think it's one of those particular things where, you know, it's a standard tool that you're going to use, isn't it? So you're always going to have the opportunity to need that. Definitely worth doing. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a little piece of yellow fabric. Now, I have already partially made my rabbit elsewhere, which I'll show you in just a moment. But I want to show you how easy it is to put this together, this little rabbit. So I've done his face, her face, their face, who knows, their body and their little chest here. So I've already cut these pieces out using some bonder web on the back. So I'm just peeling the paper off and I'm going to place that down. I'm going to iron that in place. Oh, wrong way round. I'm making him look like a bear. So the bears have this kind of thing but goes the opposite way round. And I've already done the ears as well. So the ears are going to tuck in underneath. You could make him look quite cute if he had quite sad. Like that.
I don't want them sad.
Sad bunny. No one wants a sad bunny. Why would the bunny be sad if he's got a basket full of chocolate? That is what I always think. So we're just going to peel those off while the iron heats up.
You can even see it starting to come into life, can't you? Just the way that you lay them together.
They're such simple shapes. Now, we're using the biggest ones here, but the next demo I'm going to be using the smaller ones. They are perfectly sized for you know, a child. You know, you've got holidays coming up. These would be great for working with kids. They can make them their own. Maybe they've already got a bunny. Maybe you're getting a bunny for them for Christmas or Christmas for Easter. You know, you can make it look like their particular bunny. So I've ironed that piece of fabric here. excuse me, frog in my throat, and I've got my piece with a bonder web on there. So I'm just going to put that there.
Okay. This could also be, you know, depending on the age of the kiddies, if they're at that age, you know, where they're getting a little bit more responsibility, you're starting to teach them things,
Yep.
you know, you could be creating this, but then watching over their shoulder, again, depending on their age, this could be a way of introducing ironing into life.
Oh, and isn't that the best thing when children start to do their own ironing?
I don't know, I don't have kids, but I could imagine. I could imagine, yeah.
Well, when my son was, I think he was 11 or 12 at school, they took all the boys away. Excuse me.
You okay?
There was a thing called stepping into manhood, and they had to learn to cook a 3-course meal. They were taken away for 5 days, I think. 3-course meal, how to wash the clothes, you know, not just themselves.
Tick.
And to do the ironing.
I can do it. I don't like doing it, but I can do it.
I hate doing the ironing. And it was great because when he came home, I didn't have to iron his shirts anymore. Mm-hmm. You know, they were told at school, you know, you shouldn't be doing, you know, you shouldn't be making your parents do your ironing. No. You should be doing it yourself. And I think actually, you know, sometimes kids don't realise because we do things for them.
Yeah.
And you're right. Once you start teaching them how to do these things, you're like, oh, it makes your life so much easier.
Let us know if you've got kids or grandkids. What age did you get them to be doing the ironing? Being the ironer?
Being the ironer.
Doing the ironing for you. Let us know. It'll be interesting to see. Yeah, maybe you still do the kids iron. Maybe you don't iron. Maybe you refuse to iron full stop. Maybe you're like me, and if you, for instance, you wear a jacket, you're only going to see the front. You only iron the front.
Oh,
and
you
the back of it
Craig.
just looks like a road map because you thought, well, no one's going to see it. What's the point?
Oh, Craig.
Do you iron the bed sheets? Are you one of those?
Don't you iron the bed sheets while they're on?
While they're on?
I iron my bed sheets. Well, I don't do any ironing. But
that's
the bed sheets, are ironed, and then I quite like the idea of running an iron over the top of them afterwards, so you get a really crisp kind of bed sheet.
Oh.
No?
No.
No?
I fight just getting new bedding on, never mind iron it as well. It's like I ended up in a tent.
Oh, it's one of those things, isn't it? You strip your bedding and then you go to bed and you're like, oh,
you
no.
You forget all about it, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like 11:25 at night.
Yeah.
You've ended up watching the TV. Thought I'm going to stay up a bit later and watch this film. You go to bed and you realise that you've not changed the bedding yet.
No, it's not.
Oh,
it's not
nightmare.
good. It's not good at all. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to use some tweezers, and I'm going to use some of our spray. So I'm going to be just doing this to the side of me, and I'm just going to spray the back of this. So you can see with these smaller pieces, it can be a bit of a challenge because you've got to keep them all into the right place. So this kind of size piece is absolutely fine. But if you're going to be using those tiny pieces, you know, for like the parts of the ears maybe, or the face, they become quite tricky to do. And the reason I'm holding them with my, what's it called, tweezers, is because I don't want to get it all over my newly painted nails, which I've done anyway, doesn't matter.
Gotcha. We do have a few questions come through about adhesives and what have you. So what we'll do is once Becky's finished this demonstration, what we'll do is we'll fire a few questions across to her that you need answered.
Okay. So the ears, I've already got bonder web on the back of those, so I'm not going to worry about that. But what I am going to do, which was very remiss of me earlier, is I did need a little piece of fabric over the top to act as a barrier, just because I'm often using some kind of adhesive, and sometimes you get little bit of sort of adhesive on the back of your iron. So I'm just going to use a piece of fabric over the top.
It could be that you're making this for a partner. I don't know. Maybe you call your partner my little bunny one or something like that.
Yeah.
Bunny one. Could be. Yeah. Or my little Bugs Bunny, or...
My dad used to call me ugly. That used to be his term of endearment. When I was a little girl, he used to say, oh, hello, ugly. And sometimes he used to call me halfpenny, because it was a long time ago and I'm quite old. But I don't really have any kind of nicknames.
My gran used to call me a toe rag.
Who would?
My gran, when she was here. Well, she used to call me a toe rag.
Oh, I thought you said
Oh, I'm a little toe rag. No, toe rag.
Oh.
Yeah, toe rag.
That doesn't seem very fair. You're not a toe rag, Craig.
Well, yeah, neither does ugly. I think toe rag's more acceptable than ugly.
Term of endearment, that's what he always used to say.
Yeah, no, everyone's family's got different terms of endearments, don't they?
Exactly. So I've done the bunny. He's adhered like this. We want to put little eyes, little nose on here, but rather than showing you all of that, here's one I made earlier. And this one, I've done some stitching around the edge. So I've done free motion machine embroidery on this. So just with your sewing machine, with your free motion foot, I've just done, it can be really messy because I think it looks quite nice, quite rustic, to finish him off here. You could even put a little mark down here to give him a little proper face. Like we've got down here as well. It's up to you what you want to do. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this into a bag, a little cushion to put a, what are they called? A book inside. So what I'm going to do here is I've already cut out a few letters, and hopefully I haven't lost any of them whilst I've been cutting them out. And I'm going to use some of this fabric to create a little pocket that goes over the front. So this is a piece of fabric that's been folded in half, and then I've just top stitched over here, and that's going to create that little pocket here, so you can pop your books in here, or maybe your pyjamas. So you have this on a child's bed, or even your bed if that's what you want to do. You pop your Kindle in there and your iPad.
That's true.
In your remote control, all that kind of thing. So you've just got that little pocket here. But I thought what would be quite nice is, please, have I got you all? Where have you gone? I'm going to do a hashtag and then a
down with the kids.
B. Yeah, I know. I was like, bunny, and I've lost my N. Oh no! Oh, there is. I haven't lost it. So we've got hashtag bunny down here, and that's going to be in my little pocket. But obviously, if you've got children and you're making this for a child, you probably want to put their own name on it, or book or sleep well or something like that, rather than hashtag bunny.
Could be.
But again, I've used our applique dies. These are our alphabet and our number applique dies. These are your lowercase ones, because you never have an uppercase with a hashtag, do you?
No.
Do you? Oh, no. And I've put a little bit of bond web on the back of these. These can be a little bit tricky to pull apart, so I'm just going to pop a little pin into the back of there and just tear that paper off. And then I'm going to adhere everything again to this piece of fabric. Once again, you could do these using your spray. Just do exactly what I did with that earlier on with your spray. Out of the way, so you're not breathing in any of the fumes. And you also want to just make sure that you've got something to hold on to it with. You don't really want to get it all over your fingers, because you'll end up,
just securing them, isn't it? That less messy way of securing them. The sprays are amazing. They are really, really good. It's just one of those things that I find when you're doing some small pieces like this, I find it works a little bit better for me if I've got a mixture of the spray adhesive and also some of the Bonder web. Now this one here, I haven't quite got enough of the Bonder web on there, so I'm just going to give that a little bit of a spray. Okay, just while you're doing it, we've got loads and loads of lovely comments coming through. We've got Sandra Dundasa saying, Craig, it's blowing a hoolie out there today. It absolutely is. Very, very strong. Kate McQueen saying, good morning, crafty peeps. How are we all doing? How are you doing, Becky?
I'm all right.
Good.
I'm all right.
Charlotte, how are you doing? She's good, thank you. Nicola, how are you? She's great. She is great. Chloe, let us know. How are you today? We've also got, as I say, Kate's asking that, saying the Roaring Twenties full collection has just been delivered. Happy crafting. As I say, we will answer or ask some of these questions after Becky's finished the demonstration. Donna's in saying good morning from Duncan, Oklahoma. Sarah C is saying good morning, Craig and Becky. Miss softer side, so I'm looking forwards to today. Just started my quilting journey, so playing catch up with the old shows. Excellent. All on our YouTube, of course. Terry Mack is saying, good morning, everyone. Blowing a hoolie here in Edinburgh, too. I believe my hometown, the school, has had its roof blown off. I've seen on my Facebook by my family and friends. So, yeah, my friends who are parents are like, oh. And then the kids, actually, no, they're off school.
They're still on holiday, aren't they?
They're all, yes, Scotland are off as well. They're off at this point, yeah, because they come off first. Then there's that joint where Scotland and England are both off, and then Scotland go back before England do. So, yeah, no, they're still off. Hey, they might not have to go back. That's what
I'm sure the school will find a way of them going back.
That's true.
Won't they?
That's true. Alison Mara saying, good morning, Craig, Becky, Chloe and the team. Sorry, my power has just come back on, been off since 6 a.m. with these horrific winds in Aberdeenshire. You will get the winds so bad. Anna's saying, Becky, I'm loving all your examples. The team did go all out with these. Sarah Brown saying, I'm a little late this morning. Hope everyone is doing well. Sending hugs from down under. And Val's in saying, hi, Craig and Becky. I have the small animals and think they would work very well together.
I think you're absolutely right, yeah.
There you go. Yeah, it would work well, wouldn't it? Lillian saying, Becky is definitely not showing us her softer side. Go back to the comments earlier on. Lillian is saying, hi everyone, and Becky and Craig, hi to you too. We've got Chloe saying, I'm lovely, thank you. And she's enjoying the show. Good. Well, I hope you're enjoying the show just like everyone else. Gareth is saying, if I repeat what my mum calls me, I would end up being arrested. Yeah, no, you don't want to do that. Kimberly's saying, make the ears a little shorter and you can have a little kangaroo. There's an idea, yeah.
Oh, yes, that's a great idea.
I suppose that's what you were saying earlier on, Becky, isn't it? That, you know, you could still have that creative play. You know, you might have a look at one of the shapes and think, actually, that may work as something else, or could be a different animal. I suppose maybe even with that one, you could have one of the ears bent forward, so it's like at an angle.
Yeah, absolutely you could.
You could do, couldn't you?
Lots of options. What I'm doing here is I'm just doing a couple of stitches just to secure the pocket to the side of the cushion. Sorry.
Have you got water there?
I have.
You have? Oh, you have. Right, you. Michelle is saying the Air Force taught my kids the need for ironing. Those uniforms have to be crisp. At least they listened to the Air Force because they pretended irons were non-existent when they were still at home. I hear a lot of that about people that have gone into the Air Force and things like, you know, the ironing of the clothes, the uniform, the shoes are absolutely pristine, the hair's pristine, everything is pristine. And they've continued to do that even as they've gone into adulthood. So yeah, it's a good one.
Right, I'm just looking for the pieces of fabric. Oh, that's annoying. I've ended up cutting up some of the fabric that I needed to use for the back of this.
Oh, have you?
That's really silly of me.
Well, I'll keep reading.
I'm going to be all right.
You're okay?
I can muddle through. Don't worry.
Why do I even doubt you, Becky?
Well, what I'm going to do now, what I was going to do is I was going to use some of this fabric on the back, but I've ended up using another piece of it for something else I was doing this morning.
Silly sausage.
How silly am I?
So
what I'm going to do, I might as well use that. I'll use that piece here, and then I'm going to use a piece of this pink. So I'm going to use a piece of pink down here.
I can't see.
Boo! So you did sound a little bit like Elmo. Yeah, tickle me, Elmo. Do you remember Tickle Me, Elmo?
Yeah, that's what they're saying in our ear. Have you ever seen Elmo and me in the same room?
No, never.
There you go.
So I'm going to cut two pieces of fabric, and I want them the same width as this, but I want them to be around about 3/4 of the height of that, because we're going to do an envelope back on this. So I'm just going to cut those off up now. So if I measure this here, it is 16 inches square. So I'm going to cut some of this fabric here. This is beautiful fabric that we've got on the show, I think.
We got it on, have we?
Yeah, we do. So what I will do is I'll fold that in half, because that's the easiest way of doing it. And then I'm going to give that a quick press, and then I'm just going to cut that 16 inches across, and then cut those two pieces in half. And that should give me enough to fold over to make that envelope.
Yeah, because the fabrics, also those alphabet dies, we'll have a look at them just shortly. They're on the show as well. Just go into Shop the Day, you'll find them all there that Becky has used and throughout Wake Up Call, and of course Softer Side.
And I think, you know, having these fabrics work really well with all of those little animals, because they're almost like forests. You know, you can imagine all of these animals. I think this one is called forest. Is it called forest floor? One of them is called forest floor. Forest floor and rose. So it is a little bit like looking at the ground, isn't it? Well, I think more, rainforest actually, rather than, my local forest. My local forest.
Your posh forest.
Posh. It's not posh forest where I live. Where would it be? My local forest would be, it'd be Richmond Park. That'd be my local forest.
That is posh then.
It's not posh. All right, so I'm just going to trim that. So I want 16 inches down here.
I see like, just where you put your ruler there, I can kind of see an owl at the bottom.
You can see a what? An animal?
An owl.
Owl, where?
Yeah, right where your finger is. The two peachy bits, a little bit. Can you see it, Charlotte?
No.
No? It's probably just my eyesight, but no. Like so, the eyes, and then round there, and then down the bottom of the body. There's the eyes just there, and then the wee. Sorry, just elbowed you there. Sorry. Yeah, that's what I see. I won't say where I elbowed you, but that's what I've been. Tia have been. So yeah, I do. I see an owl.
An owl.
Clearly not.
I don't see an owl, but yes, you can see. You might see all sorts of different animals.
Can you see an owl at home, like Chloe? No.
Oh dear. Right. Okay. So we're just going to trim that. So 16. So this fabric is now. If I get my bunny here, so you can see that is it's over halfway. So if I've got two pieces up there, you're going to have quite an overlap in there. So it's going to it'll work really well to create that sort of envelope. So we'll work with this fabric. I want to cut it in half. So I'm going to do it like this, because it doesn't really matter, because I'm going to trim that all off.
Right, okay.
And make it all nice and neat. I do want to make sure, however, that the pieces are facing the right way. So what I want to do is take this fabric, so it's going to be like this at the back, so it will fold over like that. I just want to fold this over and make a little seam, a little edge, so it's nicely finished off. And I'm going to do that with both of these pieces of fabric here.
Okay.
So iron again.
And the thing is, that's quite a sizable piece that you're making, but then really the size of it, the bunny, it's a sizable bunny, but you'd be able to incorporate it onto, as you were saying, smaller objects or smaller projects.
Well, you've got those three different sizes, so you've got lots of different options. The one that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be using different sizes throughout the shows today. But little ones you can just it's a great sort of scrap buster, because lots of people have huge amounts of little scraps pieces of fabric, and you can see, when you do like the little ears and things like that, you can make those with some, you might have some really expensive designer fabric that you want to keep or you don't want to waste. You could use that there. That would be a good option for you. Yeah, true. Because you've got those different sizes there. So I've just folded that over twice, and I'm going to give that run that through the machine. It is incredibly windy here.
So windy, isn't it?
You can't hear the noise. So earlier on, when I was in the studio, there wasn't anybody else in here, and I could hear, it sounded like there were a load of people tap dancing on the roof. And I'm pretty sure there weren't. There's AstroTurf on the roof?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is.
If it's covered with AstroTurf, does that mean that we're supposed to go up there and play football? Yeah? Oh,
That's
nice.
our summer garden.
No one's ever invited me to the summer garden on the roof.
There's now discussion in our ear as to if they can actually get up to the garden on the roof.
Can we? I'm not going up on any ladder today. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, maybe not today.
I'm quite happy to go up a ladder, but
coming.
It is quite windy.
We can have a little mocktail in between shows.
Yeah, I am quite...
Sun lounger.
Yeah, that'd be really nice.
Could you imagine that?
We could start charging people for coming up onto the roof terrace.
Could do.
Kensington roof gardens are always very popular.
Here we go, yeah. Richmond Gardens.
Yeah,
Kensington roof gardens.
So, Crafters Companion roof gardens. That would be that'd be quite nice.
That would be a big clincher for Newton Aycliffe, wouldn't it? Business Park.
I'll suggest that in my next review.
Yeah. Can I be a fly on the wall when you say that to them?
Yeah.
Your little sewing machine. We could do a show. I've always said, and I apologise because this goes back to the wrestling, but I've always said it would be good if we had a removable roof studio. So like in the summertime, when it's boiling hot, our roof can just open like a stadium's roof. And then we could just be gasping in the sunshine.
That would be quite nice.
Or as Nicola's saying, which is a good idea now that we know there's the AstroTurf, that we could be doing shows up there.
Why not? I'm quite tempted to suggest that we do shows for wherever we go on holiday. So, you know, we go and we do a little bit of crafting on the beach.
Yeah.
You know, again, that's something I'm going to suggest.
Yeah. Well, I want to go to New York at winter time, so we could do some shows there.
Yeah, that'd be quite good. I like that idea. Right, so we've got these two pieces now, and we're going to put these right sides together, and they're probably a little bit big because I only cut them roughly, and that's fine. So we're going to put those there, and then we're going to have that piece overlapping.
Okay.
So when we're going to stitch all the way round, we're not going to leave any sort of turning points. We're going to stitch all the way around here, and then when we've stitched around, we'll be able to turn it round the right way. So I'm just going to go round and pin it all together, and I will flip it over because over here it's just a little bit too big, so I'm just going to trim that as well.
Patty saw the owl, hoot hoot. Also, Carol McDaniel has said, good morning, Craig, Becky, crafty peeps. I see the owl, Craig. Thank you. Once again, not forgotten about the questions. We'll ask them together to Becky once she's finished her demonstration, because it gives her a bit of time then to actually answer the questions. Lynn Harvey is saying, I don't sew very often, but I have the fox ordered.
Oh, lovely.
Or I have ordered the fox template. My sister and I use, I like this, for fox's sake. Now, if you've seen me on Crafters TV or Hobby Maker over the past week or two, you know that I've had quite a bit of a potty mouth as of late. So I've said that very, very slowly. Not intentionally, no. Absolutely not intentionally, no. You're right, Charlotte. For fox's sake, quote, and although we actually found a bag with it on the high street record shop, I would like to make a cushion cover and perhaps other things with it.
That's
hopefully
a good idea.
Get me more confident. It might be a confidence builder, couldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and they're not complicated. If you're going to be making a whole bag, for example, you know, going to be using one of the bag dies, you know, you're doing things like that, they can be a little bit tricky. I wouldn't have suggested, if you've never sewn before, to start with one of those. I always sort of think, you know, start in something you can accomplish.
Yes.
So it helps with your confidence. If you're going to start, you know, if you think, oh, I've never sewn before, but I'm going to try and sew this tailored jacket, you are setting yourself up for it not quite working the way you want it to be.
Well, this, I would say as well, when it comes to papercraft and even soft craft, this past week anyway has been a perfect opportunity, because I know it's sold out now, but we've had the template library.
Yep.
And then we've got the templates here. So this is maybe a nice introduction into papercraft and soft crafts, if you think of it in that way.
I think so.
And although I said I'm going to answer all the questions all together, just while you're seeing that there, Terry Anderson is saying, what? Did that ruler just fold out?
Yeah.
It's on the website, isn't it?
Yeah. This is my go-to ruler. Even when I'm at home, I don't use my big ruler anymore because it takes up so much space, but this is just folds like that and then slots into my craft bag. It's very, very clever. It's got inches on it going up and down, so it doesn't matter which way you're using it. So I just trimmed all around the edge there, and we're going to start stitching. So this is the boring bit, Craig. You can talk now.
I'll talk, absolutely. I'll go over a couple of other comments, but just to say as well, what Becky's used, and this is all part of the Animal Applique templates. Now, it is a 12-pack showstopper collection. Now, when it comes to the collection, you are going to get the fox, you're getting the bear, you're getting the rabbit, you're getting the deer as well. $38.96 or $49.03. Really good savings. Launching today, officially launches later on in softer side. Platinum comes down to $31.17 or $39.22. Now, just quickly going back on that today's price, there is an option, and I'll go over the showstopper in a minute, but there is an option for just the 4 templates, and that's $33.96 or $44.03 for just the 4 templates. But that price on the screen that you see, $38.96 or $49.03, means you're going to get the 4 templates, but what you're also going to get is you're going to get a pair of scissors. You're also going to get 3 of your erasable pens as well. That works out you're getting them for £5. €5. Separately, they would be, like, when I say separately, if you were to buy the scissors and the pens together on their own, they would come to £15.98 or $22.90. So this is where, what earlier on when I was asking Becky about the benefit of just going and paying that extra £5 for those extras. This day and age, you know, £5, it is a lot. It is, you know, when you've got bills coming out, etc., etc. But then it's things that you will be using. You do need these. And that's one of the great things I feel as well with Crafter's Companion. When we give you free gifts, when we give you things, extras, these are all usable and they relate to the product that you are then buying within that bundle. So the scissors and the 3 erasable pens, they of course relate to the actual templates. You'll be able to use them with your other soft craft items. So for all of that, the 4 templates plus your scissors plus your 3 erasable pens, $38.96 or $49.03. If you're platinum, it does come down to $31.17 or $39.22. And for the next 3 days, because it's the random crafts of kindness, we do have something each day. What I mean by that today, where if you spend over £20, $20 or €20, which you're going to when it comes to the animal applique, you're going to be getting a free gift, which is a little tub of Gildan Flakes. It is your glue and it is also your sponge applicator. It's from a Sarah Signature Frosty and Bright, which was a Christmas collection. Nothing says Christmas whatsoever about the free gift that you're getting tomorrow. So there will be something else tomorrow that Becky will go over when she's on this side tomorrow, and then there will be something else on the last day, Sunday, when Becky Robinson's on this side and I'll be across on the opposite side over the weekend. So, right, a few other... do you need me to chat away a bit longer,
No,
Becky?
I'm
Still
done now.
You ready?
Thanks for
Perfect
that.
timing. Perfect timing.
I think you got Debbie Robinson and me mixed up. It was like a mashup because it was Becky Robinson.
Did I?
Yeah, which is interesting because often people call me Debbie.
Well, it is a Becky Robinson weekend.
It is exactly.
You're tomorrow. So Becky Robinson... Becky, I've done it again. Becky Sworn is on this side tomorrow.
Is anyone watching called Becky Robinson?
There's an idea, yeah.
Has anyone watching got a mashup of our names? Is there a Craig Mosby watching?
Well, that happened on the Brits last week, didn't it?
Did it?
With Sam Capaldi.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
What was the guy's name? The presenter? I can never remember his name. He's a comedian. Anyway, I was about to say Sam Capaldi there. What's his name again? Scottish.
Peter Capaldi.
What?
Peter Capaldi or Lewis Capaldi? There's both,
Lewis
isn't
Capaldi.
There? Yeah.
Lewis Capaldi. He was away to sing, and the presenter introduced him as Sam Capaldi.
I was thinking Sam Smith, I suppose. You know,
so what the
things.
radio stations were doing for a couple of days after were trying to reach out and see if there was anyone actually called Sam Capaldi. And apparently there is a few.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think there's only one of me. Just
That's all we need.
Yeah.
One is enough.
I know. Yeah, I finished. So I've stitched all the way around the outside, boop, 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 and I've trimmed those little corners down there. And then we're going to turn it inside out, or the right way round. We're just going to poke out those little corners, like so, like so. Yes.
So yeah,
and then when we have finished, we have our little rabbit there. And I've even, look how organised I was, I even bought a cushion pad because I did think this might go to the house. So we've got a new sofa at the house. And I think we need new cushions.
Do you know, I've never been to the house.
Pardon?
I've never been to the house.
Have you not?
Well, I don't need to, do I?
No, you don't.
I've got my own house here.
I've never been to it at all.
Never been to. I've picked Michelle up.
Yeah.
One morning and taken her back. But I've never actually been in it. No.
Oh.
No.
It wasn't you banging on the bathroom door this morning, then?
No, it definitely was not me. No, that was the paranormal going on this morning in the house for you.
So that covers that, and then we have got our little cushion. And then if you've got a book, not that I've got a book, but let's pretend this is a book. Yeah, there must be.
Sarah's book's bound to be somewhere. She keeps leaving it about. Is that, you got one there?
I've got one here.
She's got about 10 of them lying about the studio. She's even got our paper-backed one as well.
So just pop it in there, ready for reading at night before you go to bed.
Can you see the rabbit reading a Sarah book?
I don't know. Actually, the softback one might be a bit better to go in there. Can I use that one instead?
I'm going to do what I shouldn't do, and I'm going to walk in front of the camera there. They could put them both. You could put them both in.
You could.
You could put them both in. Look at that.
There you go.
Tremendous.
Exactly. So great for books, but like you said, you could use it for all sorts of other bits and pieces. Oh, that's just come off. I just have to adhere that again. I haven't quite pressed that in properly.
Adhere.
But hashtag bunny, and that is using your applique bunny from your new applique sets.
That is absolutely gorgeous. Colleen saying, love this. Michelle saying, how adorable. Carol McDaniel is saying, what an adorable pillow. Terry is saying, super cute, Becky. And Lynn is saying that cushion cover Becky is doing, what Becky is doing seems quite easy enough to do. I think that I will be giving that one a go. Do it. And of course, if you are on social as well, post what you make and then, tag Becky and, tag Crafters TV. By all means, tag me in as well. Love seeing what you see. Although I predominantly do paper crafts, it's still lovely to see what you do with all of our ranges here at Crafters TV. This one as well, being threaders. So that is your animal applique template. So that is your 12-piece here. Now, this is the showstopper collection. So as I said before, you're going to get the 4 templates, the scissors, and also the 3 erasable pens. The scissors and the 3 erasable pens, that is means you're going to be getting them essentially for £5, €5, within that showstopper collection. If you were to get them separate, it comes to $15.98 or $22.90. All of that, $38.96 or $49.03. If you are platinum, that's going to come down to $31.17 or $39.22. You've seen the examples that Becky was showing you. You've also got lots of other ideas that you're saying that are running through your head that you can get creative with. It's lovely to have them in that template form because, of course, it cuts down on space, but it cuts down on the money as well, and that is definitely a win-win. It still means that you can get creative as well. On top of that as well, you are going to be getting your free gift as well. So with the free gift, that's going to be popped into your basket without you having to do anything. As long as you spend over £20, $20 or €20, which you are doing, then of course you can do that. Just to say as well, excluding January and February launches, we do have a code as well that Ben let slip yesterday that is continuing through into, well, tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Tonight. Ends tonight that the team have managed to make a little boo-boo on. So if you just go into the website, into the checkout, and just put clear out 10 for, of course, your orders. Now, just make sure that it's not something that is launched within January or February, of course, but just put that in the promo code. We are going to take a little bit of a break. 25% of that stock has gone already. So we'll get you to check out your baskets. When we come back, Becky's got loads more to show you, but we will fire across those questions that you're asking away. So we will be back in a minute.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
The one that was really funny, Ben. You didn't.
It was better than your I'm a gnome and I live in a caravan.
I am a gnome and I live in a caravan.
Can we clip that?
Yeah. Everybody's gone surfing, surfing USA.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the product.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special? 100% it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part. And it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
It feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
A massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously, the people not just here at Crafters Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
I'm not letting you get away with that one. We're all rather peckish. We're just talking about how many of us love pizza that's cold. And I've said that sometimes I will cook a pizza just to let it go cold to eat. And then what did you come back with?
I buy crisps and leave them out of the packets, they go stale.
That's bogging. That is absolutely...
Particularly things, extruded snacks, like, so an extruded snack rather than the potato chip.
Uh-huh.
You know, things like a skip. Oh, stale skips, delicious. No, don't tell that story. Oh yeah, no one can hear that, that's fine.
No, so Charlotte's just said, do you know what else Becky does? Is she gets strawberry laces. I do that. I do that.
But do you tie them together?
Sorry?
I tie them together to see how many...
Oh no, I've not done that. I've not done that. No, I do that. I do that. I do that. Yeah. I do that. Yeah.
I'm really glad
have you ever said that
no one at home can hear what we're talking about because it's really quite.
So I feel like we're going to have to explain that at some point.
No, I don't think it needs any explanation.
Well, maybe we can't say it live, but I'll maybe put it on my social what we do. But yeah, I do that with strawberry laces.
Oh yeah, that's right. So, but I suppose we've all got weird foibles, haven't we? We've got weird things that we like to do, and yeah, I like stale crisps, or if they are potato crisps, like Walkers, I like them in the freezer.
Right. Oh no. No.
Well, I like them really cold, but sometimes the fridge isn't quite cold enough, so I put them in the freezer. I do eat crisps with chopsticks. Yeah. It stops your fingers from getting all mucky. I mean, it's quite normal as far as I'm concerned, eating things with chopsticks.
It's like that scene out of Toy Story with Woody, you know, when he gets picked up by the collector and he falls asleep and he's been eating all the cheesy, you know. Anyway,
yeah, exactly. That's why you need chopsticks.
Right, Alison. She is, now it's a question that was asked yesterday in the craft along with Debbie, and saying ask Becky, so that's what we'll do. Okay. Is the CC textile glue, can it be used on paper crafts if it's water-based, if that helps?
We'll give it a whirl.
Give it a whirl?
We'll give it a whirl. I'll tell you what, in the break, we'll cut a few things out of some card and we'll stick them together. I don't see why not. I
think it will have something to do with the content of it, you know, the combination of water
it's probably
and
how much
adhesive.
water is in it. Yeah, don't know. We'll give it a whirl and let you know.
We'll give it a whirl. What I always say as well, specifically when it comes to adhesives, that they have been manufactured, they've been put together to serve a purpose. There'll be a reason why that one is solely for, of course, your soft crafts. But as Becky says, give it a shot and see. Jill is saying, good morning all. Becky, question for Becky. Do you know if there is a tutorial video for using the Stitch Pro for embroidery, i.e. letters?
Oh, now that is before my time. So the Stitch Pro is a sewing machine that I'm using, which we don't have anymore. So when I started, it wasn't even for sale. So I don't know. Have a look on YouTube. If there was one, it would be either, it might be Leanne, it might be Lizzie, or it might be Bernie to do it. But it's quite simple. I mean, I think even if you looked at any other kind of sewing machine that had that kind of amount of stitches on it, it would be quite simple to see how to put them together. Was it free motion machine embroidery or just...
So no, it was just, do you know if there's a tutorial video for using the Stitch Pro for embroidery, i.e. letters?
Yeah, I mean, we're just being told there's a 13-minute one on YouTube, but we're not entirely sure what's on it. But there should be, it should show you how to use that, and how to put it all together. But otherwise, just look for a normal, any sort of standard sort of sewing machine, and it will probably show you how best to set up your machine. It'll probably be very similar.
Perfect. Michelle, it's kind of on the back of what Becky was saying about the adhesives. I'll say it anyway. Becky, does the textile glue affect paper? Bought some by accident. We'll have a look at that just shortly. We've also got Donna Taylor is saying, when you're layering out the templates, do you need to put it on the straight of grain or on the bias?
No, you probably want, it probably doesn't matter hugely. Now, the way it would make a difference if you're using something that frays a lot. So sometimes if you're using like a cotton polyester mix, they tend to fray a little bit more. I tend to use mine pretty much going with the grain. So for this piece of fabric that I've got here, where we've got this is your selvage edge down the side here. So this is a bit that's attached to the machine, and you've got the fabrics weaving in and out like this. So your grain line is going straight up. So generally speaking, I would use my grain line facing up with all of these, but it doesn't matter hugely. Like I say, you might find, particularly where you get the really small pieces like this, you may find there's a little bit of fraying when you use it, because those kind of bits you just try and fit in any way you can. But yeah, overall it's pretty easy to do, not too bad.
Perfect. Michelle Parsons is saying, if you're doing an envelope closure, wouldn't you need to put the wrong sides together so that when you turn it out, the right sides are out?
No, you put the right sides together. So here's one I did earlier. So this is one that I did on another show. So here, if you put that round that way. So you've got your outside. So you've got your this is the back of your cushion, and you're putting the right sides together here. So you're just overlapping those two right sides together. Then when you turn it out, those flaps, because you're stitching that sort of envelope bit here, you're stitching those two pieces together. You're not bothering about putting them separately. And so then that all works like that. So you put your right sides together when you put it together like that.
Perfect.
Makes sense?
Right, okie doke. So Nicola's just letting us know regarding the machine, there is quite a few videos across on HSN's YouTube page. So if you go on to Stitch Pro at Crafter's Companion in the search of YouTube, a lot of videos you're going to find that are popping up. So you will have to scroll through to find them, but there is some there. So between, of course, just typing it in on the Crafters TV, but also do it on the HSN, then you're going to get some videos as well. Questions for now, but we've also then got Victoria saying it's very wet and windy here in Preston as well. And living on the 8th floor, I can feel my building shake.
Oh.
I can see my ceiling lamps slightly swinging from the wind as well. No worries, I'm still safe. That's the main thing. The main thing is that you are safe. Sandra Dundas, I think this is going to be happening all over. It was our recycling bin day today. Our neighbour kindly rescued our bin with his own from halfway up the street. I know it's like wacky races when it comes to the wheelie bins, isn't it? Terry is saying, mind-blowing, going to add that to my basket from what Becky was shown before. Gareth Dobbs is saying, enjoy my template library. Lynn Harvey's saying, the cushion cover Becky is doing seems quite easy. I did read your one out, didn't I, Lynn? We've also then got Emma saying, beautiful cushion cover. We've also got Pam is saying, hi Craig, I've just sent in a picture of my cushions and not sure if it will make the show. Let the team know that you have. So, going to do it in softer side. Any questions, any photos of what you've made, let us know. We will show them in softer side. What's the email address for that one, Nicola? So it's studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. So we're going to find us up just in a moment. There we go, popping up on your screen now. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Any photos of anything that you've been making, things that you've seen Becky doing, you've replicated, or anything on your own accord, let us see. And we've got Emma is saying, I wouldn't eat stale crisps, but I have platted strawberry laces before in eating them. Mm-hmm. That's acceptable. I would say what we do is not acceptable. And Chloe's just sending a load of laughing emojis. So something's tickled her. I wonder what that could be.
I don't think we're alone with that strawberry laces thing because I was talking to one of my cousins and she does exactly the same thing. Yeah. Yeah. And we were almost going to go out and buy some so we could show the rest of the family what we do with them, but we thought perhaps not.
There's a reason why, well, when I say there's a reason why I do it, I just didn't one day just think, well, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, me too.
There's something that's made me do that. Right, fabrics. We'll have a look at some fabrics before we jump back to Becky, of course. Now, we've got a lovely selection on that you can be using with what Becky's been doing, maybe some of the past elements, maybe some of your build-a-block, of course, you could be doing that. We've got here is the flower. So this is the flower blooms on terracotta, cut by the metre. So you've got, the prices that I'm showing you here is going to be for the half metre. So it is cut. So that is, of course, you know, if you're one in that half metre, you're $6.99 or $10.49. If you are one in that full metre, it'll be double that, of course, etc., etc., etc. It is buy one, get one half price. By the half metre at a platinum price is $5.59 or $8.39. These are gorgeous. These are gorgeous.
They are lovely, aren't they?
Flower bloom on terracotta. This is really nice. Loving that colour. It's like that kind of mustard tone, isn't it? That deep mustard tone with the white florals there. That to me, that's a Ben shirt. That's a Ben shirt to me.
Oh,
yeah.
Honestly, every time I do a softer side show with Ben, he goes, oh, this would make a nice shirt.
Yeah.
This would make a nice bow tie.
Yeah,
honestly,
that would be good.
You know, that's why I've asked not to be with him anymore.
It could be a wrap as well.
It could be.
I've got sore arms, I just need to watch. But yeah, it could be a wrap.
Do you know what? When I think of you, I always think of you wearing a cape.
Well, there was a way to say it, or it could be, you know.
Yeah.
It could be one of them.
It could be, yeah. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
You think it'd suit that? What would you do with that though to make it just as well it's not the COVID days, eh? It would be getting.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to touch the fabric.
Well, that's very true. Do you remember when you could go clothes shopping but you weren't allowed to touch anything?
Yes, yes.
It's weird.
The whole thing was quite odd, wasn't it?
Very, very weird. But yeah, we've also got this one. Say that again? Flowers on wheat. So we've got flowers on wheat. So yeah, another musty tone within this one here with your florals. I hold no apologies for not being able to describe these in the best ways because
I think you do very well. Yeah.
But you do have, and the one thing I can tell you, although I don't know much about quality when it comes to soft crafts, that's a really, really nice quality. That feels nice.
They feel really
that feels
smooth.
Really nice.
And they're very nice to work with actually, those fabrics.
Could be, I don't know, maybe like a wee sarong or something like that.
What's the wrong with that?
Yeah. You know, yeah. You know, boob tube if I had them. Could be.
Boob tube.
You never know.
A boob tube. Yeah, I mean, it's the way you say it.
Boob tube.
Boob tube.
Boob tube.
Boob tube.
So we've got floral butterflies in white here. So this is really, really full-on, impactful design, isn't it, when it comes to the florals there. I love the tones of the pinks. You've got the oranges. You've got some of the peaches with the greens, the mints as well. Full on. Lovely. That's be good as a screensaver. But there we are. It's not. So then you've then got flowers forest floor in rose on this one here. So you can see there. So forest floor in rose there. Once again, cut by the metre. This one here, this one is price per half metre, $7.49 or $10.49. Let me just pick that one up so they're still in order. Nicola will shout at me after. I love this colour.
Me too. I think that is one of my favourite ones.
Absolutely love this one. This one here, forest floor in rose. So, in blue, of course, because it is blue. Although it is, I would question that.
I think it's more green.
Yeah, I'd say it's a greeny teal in this one here. So I would say, not that I'm questioning anyone in the team who writes the descriptions, I would just say if you're looking at that on screen, it is more of a teal than a blue, but another full-on design here. I love how you've got some of the larger designs of the flower heads, but then you've got some of your smaller ones, medium ones, and then you've got the actual leaves as well as the foliage entwined in that one.
What is it when you study butterflies? Is it I thought it was a lepidopterist. I can't remember. But it almost looks like those sort of photographs that you see with all of the butterflies and everything in those sort of Victorian books, doesn't it?
I mean, look at that one there. Now, this one is butterflies and dragonflies in rose, although it's more of a peach tone, but who am I to question them? So you've got that one there, which is cut by the metre, and that is price per half metre. $7.49 or $10.99. All of these ones here, buy one, get one half price, $5.99 or $8.79. So you might be using these with maybe your builder blocks, maybe you're going to be using them with what Becky's been doing, of course. Maybe you're just going to be freehand when it comes to what you're going to be creating with these ones. So really, really colours are absolute. Again, I do adore that blue, technically teal, but I do love that one. Then, okay, we may only be in February, but we've got a few, actually. Some of these I wouldn't necessarily say Christmas. So we've got Gingerbread Lane here. So this is a 5-piece half metre bundle. So this one here, so you're going to get them all, Nicola, is it? Am I correct? Yeah, $11.99 or $13.98. Now this one, I have to say what Nicola's just said, extremely limited stock. So we will be hitting the green banner just shortly. $9.59 or $11.18 for that one being platinum price. This one does not say Christmas whatsoever. So this is a lovely one to use. No, I didn't mean that in a negative way, Nicola. I just meant that, you know, this one, I can't understand why this would be part of a Christmas one, but clearly it is. But you would be able to use this all year round. It's lovely little love hearts with little dots on it. Little love hearts.
Very Scandinavian, that one.
Scandinavian, yeah. Actually, yeah. It really
little
is.
hearts in little squares.
It is love hearts in the middle. It's 4 love hearts that are making that diamond square with the little dots. So it's really good. Really, really good. Or, yes, actually, I see that Charlotte could be carrots, little fat carrots. Could be. That's not Nicola. No, they don't. No, they don't. And then what you've also got...
That one's cookies.
See, this one to me is strawberries.
Christmas cookies. But again, like you say, you could use that for all sorts of things.
So look at that. Now, you know, when we go up to the summer garden on the roof, you know, this could be a chaise longue? No, well, what is a chaise? Oh, it's a chair. Is that a chair?
Yeah, it's
like the wrap thing?
A sarong.
Sarong, that's it. Close. I was close.
But I tell you what, Craig, if you're going to go down to the beach wearing a chaise longue, people are going to give you some really weird looks. And if you start reclining for someone to do some life modelling on a sarong, you're being quite uncomfortable.
I would give it a shot, not for anything. So yeah, that one there being, what was that again, Nicola?
That's cookies.
So technically it's cookies, to me it's strawberries. And then this one, yeah, Christmas. Definitely Christmas, this one here. Remember, on the bundle, we've got, isn't this one cute? It's just like me, isn't it, Nicola? There you go, look at the little gingerbread man or woman. You can see you've got the little fairy and the The
Very
snowman.
a snowman.
Snow
and
lady.
it's got a really nice colour to it. It's almost like a vintage kind of colour with that sort of background in that very, very pale, almost duck egg blue that you've got there. Beautiful colours.
Beautiful. Isn't it beautiful? No, I would say duck egg blue. I would say duck egg blue. Yep. This one, yes, Christmas, but really, really good. I would say really good for something you're making for the boys.
Yep.
Yeah, it would do well with the girls as well, of course. But what about 4th of July, maybe?
It's
All the
bunting,
stars.
star bunting. That
Star
one.
bunting,
Yeah.
yeah. Yep. That'd be a good one to add behind the big star on Ben's dressing room, of course. But you've got that one there. That is all from Gingerbread Lane. That is your 5-piece at half metres. So within this bundle here, 100% cotton, $11.99 or $13.98. Your platinum price comes down to $9.59 or $11.18, of course. And don't forget, this would also be a really good one for a cape, wouldn't it?
Oh, Craig, I'm going to have to make you a cape.
You're going to have to.
I have to make you a cape.
You still need to make me and Ben a Hulk Hogan bandana, don't you?
Oh, do I?
Yeah, yellow
okay.
bandana.
Yeah, I'll make that tomorrow.
Did I not ask you live last week when we were together, or the week before?
I might have just deleted
wasn't
that out
last
of my
week, 'cause
brain. I don't know.
I was in Scotland last week, wasn't I? Right, we are going to go straight to Becky just in a moment, but we do have something brand new. Now, we've got 2 new girls to introduce to you, to the family. We have, when it comes to these 2, welcome to Faylene and Chastity when it comes to the buddy bags. Now, these are easy to organise buddy bags. Now, this is what you're going to be finding that are now being introduced into the range here. It's still the same top quality. It's still incredible material that you've got when it comes to storage that you've already got previously from Totally Tiffany. It's just a name change to easy to organise. Now, when it comes to these ones here, these are the 2 brand new ones, $25.98 or, of course, $29.98, Chastity and Faylene. This one being Faylene, I believe. And then this one is Chastity. Now, this one here is more of your larger, sort of the same lines as the Sarah, but bigger. You've still got, as I said, the quality is exactly the same. Very, very little changes about it. You do have a different logo on the front, but what you're also going to get on the packaging is a QR code with them now. What that means is you just scan it. Now, you don't even need a QR code app. Just simply open your camera, hover over the top. That's going to take you to lots of ideas as to how it could be used when it comes to the storage. But really, really good one. I would say it's a good one to be holding. Yes, your 6x6s, of course, 5x5s. You will get your elongated as well, 5x7s. Strong, sturdy. I don't need to keep going over the incredible quality that you already know and love. That has not changed. It's just a new name. But then that one being your Faylene. Then your Chastity here. Now, a really nice one to be going in with your pads, maybe your different flakes or maybe your glitter wax. When it comes to these ones here, just say you don't get the content as in the crafty products, but you do get the drawers within this one here. You've got the little finger pull that you can just eke it out if you want to. You are going to get them ones at a platinum price of £20.78 or $23.98. You are also going to be getting 50 extra bonus points as well. And then on top of that, because it comes over that £20, $20, €20 mark, you will also get your free gift as well today. So this free gift ends midnight tonight. There'll be something different, not necessarily free gift, but there'll be something else as that random craft of kindness coming tomorrow. So that one there, it is easy to organise. It's still going to fit in perfectly with all of your other buddy bags. It's a nice build on when it comes to that one there. And we've all been singing different songs when it comes to Faylene, because I've been singing Come On Faylene, and those guys have been singing Faylene, 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 Faylene. And we've just been leaving Chastity out of the way. She doesn't have a song, she doesn't. But I believe we're going to go back to our launch, are we, Becky? When it comes to the templates. 4 templates. Also, you're going to get your scissors, you're going to get your erasable pens as well. $38.96 or $49.03. If you were to go for just the templates on their own, you would be $33.96 or $4.03. But for that extra £5 euro, you are going to be getting the scissors and the pens as well. So that's a really nice extra. If you can go that extra £5, certainly worthwhile doing that. They are beneficial to how you're going to be using the templates. And that being said, we'll do comments when we come back because we'll fire across to you.
Fabulous. Now, I was going to make an Easter bag and I would use a rabbit on that, but I've already done a rabbit. So I thought, what would the fox say? The fox would say, please put me on the Easter.
What did you just say?
What did the fox say?
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
What would the fox say? He would say, I want to be on the Easter basket as well. Particularly as we're using all the fabric, this forest floor fabric. We've got this here. So here we've got, we're going to be working on this one at the moment here. Now, as with all of these, you've got the instructions down this side, and then we've got your template, the recipe as to how to build up all of your different bits and pieces. So I'm going to start this, I'm going to do most of this from start, because obviously you saw me doing the other one just in pieces, but I'm doing this mostly from scratch, I suppose. So the first thing I've done is I've got some of my bonder web onto the back of here, and I'm going to fold my piece of fabric over. Because I want to cut out the face. Now, for some of these pieces, the faces or parts of the body are in half. So you've got your head here, and then you've also got your face down here. So you want to fold it in half and then cut around the outside. So we're going to use this here, and I'm going to use size 2. So I'm using the medium size one. So I just want to make sure I've got my fabric on that fold line just down here.
I like how you've got the different sizes on it as well.
Oh, it just makes it so easy, doesn't it? And it makes it really adaptable as well, because the last thing you want is to buy, something that and it's not quite the right size. You want to be able to use it for all sorts of different things.
Well, that's it. And then being able to have, a mummy, daddy, baby as well.
Yeah, exactly. You saw that beautiful what's it called, that beautiful runner that we had with all those different foxes on it, which was lovely. Now, I'm not using a heat erasable pen here. I'm using an ordinary pen on this because I'm using my bonder web on there, and you can use a heat erasable pen if I was going to use it. It looks exactly the same down here, but I just wanted to show you've got different options for that. So obviously we've got that on the fold, so we're going to trim around the edge.
Okay. Is that the scissors that you get with in the bundle you're using, or just normal Crafter's Companion?
I'm not sure, actually, which ones you get in the bundle. Or the curved scissors?
See, I didn't see the handle. Sorry, Becky, you're using. So that's so. Even although you've got scissors in this bundle, which you can use, even if you've got our normal Crafter's Companion ones, they are still substantial enough for this.
Absolutely. I'll get I think I've got them in my very messy bag down here, so I'll show you how they work. But they're great because they've got a curve on them. I find them quite useful for cutting out curves.
Okay.
But also they're great because they're curved. You can get right in very close to the work that you've got, that you're sewing. So there we've got our little fox head. Mm-hmm. And we are also going to cut out, we need a tail and we need a body. Otherwise you won't be able to go frolicking in the forest, will you?
Oh, you can't frolic without a body, can you?
No. No, it doesn't work if you haven't got a body. So again, all down size 2. But actually, if you use the bodies, the smaller bodies, and then use the big heads, that could look quite cute, couldn't it? They'd have that big kind of, what they call those bobblehead things you get. That could look quite cute.
A bit like George of the Joystick then.
But why? Because I'm doing this?
Just, he's been getting himself in shape with this big rounded skinhead head.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Do you know George is going to be doing the video for my niece's wedding?
For your what?
My niece's wedding.
I think you said for my new wedding.
No, my new wedding, yeah.
Your new wedding?
Yeah, my new wedding.
Is he? Oh, George's videos are epic, aren't they?
Yeah, they're really cool. If you've not seen them, you should have a look at them.
What's he on Instagram? Roll Motion.
Roll Motion.
Roll Motion. Yeah. ROLL, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very clever.
It's got like drone and everything.
Yeah, we're hoping the weather's going to be nice so we can have a drone.
True, yeah.
Otherwise it'd just be me droning on.
God,
honestly, so there are times when I think, God, am I emulating Ben?
But that was a way to say, you know, what have we got when we don't have Ben? We've got Becky.
Yeah, exactly. Not quite the same. I don't have the...
I would say it's better.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben tries hard too much.
And I don't try at all. There you go.
No, you don't.
Right, so we've got our fox head, we've got our fox body, and we've got our fox tail. Now we've also...
I love that even in that silhouette sort of feel.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, if you had a red background and just all the animals in black on there, so they look, that could be quite cool.
Maybe like animals of Farthenwood.
Yeah, that would be quite nice. I like that idea. Now I've got...
Tabby cat.
He could be a tiger. Yeah, he could be a tiger.
Grrr.
Or he could be like Top Cat. Grrr.
Top Cat.
There used to be does anyone remember a show called James the Cat?
James the Cat?
Yeah.
No, I'm a bit too young for that.
Okay, yeah, I am a lot older than you.
Well, you're not. I'm 38 in June.
Yeah, well, I'm like 10 years older than you.
That's all.
That's quite a lot, really.
That's not a lot. Not nowadays.
No,
age doesn't matter.
It is a lot. It's a lot of age difference. It's a different world. It's a different world. Back when I was young, you only had a black and white TV in the garage.
Age means nothing nowadays.
Age is just a number.
It is.
It? Yeah. I've got. Yeah. What do they say? You're only as young as
you feel.
You feel. Yeah. So I feel about 80, to be honest, especially when I wake up in the morning.
Yeah, it's not the bed creaking, it's my bones.
So we're just going to put that there, and then we've got the face, which I've cut out the white pieces already. And then I'm just using a pin at the very back.
Yeah.
You could use a pokey tool. Because this is paper with a bit of glue on it, now, my mum would always split the paper in half when she was cutting out applique, so you've got a place to sort of peel it off from. You can sort of bend it over like you would with double-sided sticky tape, but using a pin tends to work. You're just sort of lifting up the paper, and then you can just sort of start tearing it, and then once you've got started, it's normally fairly easy to peel the rest of it, she says, struggling. Always the way.
I'm just thinking there, actually, when you're saying the pokey tool, the pins and that, let's say for argument's sake, there was nothing really on the shows today that took your fancy.
Yeah.
I would, for me, if you can, if pennies manage, go onto the website and get a selection of things, such as maybe pokey tools that you need, foam pads that you need, glue gel that you need. Get to over £20, $20, €20, so you can take advantage of that free gift.
Yeah.
But then, because these are items that haven't launched within January and February, put in your clear out 10 code. You're going to get your extra 10% off as well.
That would be
good.
Doing
that, yeah. Yep.
Why not? It's always worth looking for. I always think it's great when you find a code that you can work with.
Build up the essentials, Take advantage of that clear out 10 code. And then if it is comes to over 20, then it means then you're going to get your free gift today as well.
The last week I was in, Corinne did some, I did a craft along with Corinne. Honestly, when I got home, I bought all the things that had been on the craft
Did you?
Yeah, because I was like, I'm going to do this. And my mum came over last week. My mum's been quite poorly. She's lost all interest, or had lost all interest in sort of doing things.
Sending love to Becky's mum.
I said, come and have a look at these and the bits and pieces I've got. And she was like, oh, I saw Corinne doing that. Oh, she said, can I have that? And she doesn't have a Gemini yet. But I used my Gemini to cut a load of bits and pieces out for my mum. And my mum had the best time ever. She's got loads and loads of bits and pieces that she's going to start doing some paper craft with, because she used to paper craft, and then she sort of thought she didn't have a Gemini. So obviously with no die cutting machine, you are quite restricted, aren't you?
Yes.
So she sort of gave all her stuff away. And now she's like, oh, that's quite nice. And how does this machine work again? And I said, well, you do this, you do that, and then, oh, look at this. Oh, it's very clever. Oh, it's very clever, she says. So I've got a funny feeling I know what to get her for Mother's Day. 'Cause it's
Good
coming
idea.
up quite smooth. And no, she was quite amazed about how quick and easy it was to use. You know, she thought it was going to be really complicated. But yeah, definitely has sort of made her think, oh, I'm going to give different bits and pieces a go. And I did give her a whole set of, that's one way round.
Oh, no.
No, go that way. Can it go that way?
No. Sandra Dundas is saying, does the strawberry lace thing involve your nose, Craig? I would say more my throat. Close.
It's not something, I bet you there's loads of people
I bet there is.
know exactly what we're talking about, and they go, yeah, that's quite a normal thing. I think it's quite normal. No, we're not going to tell anybody on the show what we're talking about.
Put two and two together.
No, we don't need to. Yeah, we're not going to do that.
She's going to come and tell you it's all Charlotte. This is Charlotte.
No. She can't do that. That would be awful. Right, let's get the fox face done.
Let's do that. Yeah, if you now say, Emma is saying, Minglehurst is saying, I'm curious as to how you eat your strawberry laces now. Oh, I don't eat them like that. It's just every periodically if I've got.
Do you think they might have strawberry laces down at the shop just round the way?
Oh, they're Granny's?
Yeah, Granny's.
Oh, they're bound to.
Really fancy strawberry laces now.
Yeah. I don't even need to really
no
nip
one
round.
needs to watch me eat them. Nope, they don't. Nope.
No, you don't. If you're doing it with one strawberry lace, Nicola, you don't choke.
Yeah,
Well.
I'd tie them.
Well, I tie a knot at the end and hold it.
Oh, don't you? Oh, that's no good, Craig. You need to see,
Quite a few of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lillian is saying, Craig, I can see the owls doing kisses now.
Blowing kisses.
Doing kissy lips.
Oh,
That's what she actually said. I just said something that she didn't say. She can see the owls doing kissy lips. Lillian's also saying, I got the Gingerbread Lane bundle when it was on at a £5 offer. Well done, you. Emma is also saying, great modelling of the fabric, Craig. Thank you. We've got Emma saying, love the new buddy bags from Tiffany. Yeah, easy to store. And that's because they are easy to store. Michelle is saying it would be cute to make a runner with all of the template characters to make an Easter parade.
Oh, that's a lovely idea.
It is, isn't it? You could use the multi-purpose alphabets to say Easter parade and cut out a few eggs to add on. Good idea.
Make some flowers out of the, we've got some applique dyes. Not applique dyes, they're flower form, not flower forming foam. You could use flower forming foam, I suppose, but you could use some of the flower dyes that we've had in the past and give them Easter bonnets.
Because you could.
That could be really cute. I like that idea.
Yeah, and then although I don't think we have Easter bonnets on our website, but I know you can get them inexpensively from craft stores and what have you. Because I tried one on when I was in Scotland.
I saw you were going to an amazing craft store because the one I have that's close to me doesn't have anywhere near the amount of stuff your one did.
No.
And was that one in where?
So it was in Dundee.
In Dundee.
Surprising.
Did you get cake?
Yeah, it was a hobby craft store that have loads of our stuff as well. But yeah, they had a big selection. Over the last year or so, certainly the hobby maker in Dundee really come on leaps and bounds with the amount of stuff that they've got for all different crafts. Great staff as well that work in there. Lovely staff. But yeah, it was. I had a blast in it, and that's why I'd done it's on my. Did I put it on my TikTok? Don't think I did. It's on my Instagram that I'd done like a reel of just going shopping with me and just putting loads of stuff in my basket.
I did watch quite mesmerised because I'm terribly nosy and I wanted to know what you were buying.
Yeah, fair bit I stocked up on. Emma's saying she loves the puns, Becky.
Puns? What puns?
The puns that you were saying earlier. You've been doing puns.
Was I doing puns? Oh, that's just me.
Kirsty D. My brother used to love James the Cat. He used to sing and act out the theme tune.
Oh, you see, I wanted to sing the theme tune, but it's pointless because nobody knows what I'm talking about.
Sing it.
My name's James, do-do-do-do-do, James the Cat, do-do-do-do-do. I've had fame, do-do-do-do-do, money and all that.
Jazz.
Now I'm here, do-do-do-do-do, growing fat, do-do-do-do-do, chasing birds and butterflies, James the Cat.
If I had a golden buzzer, I would be hitting that right now.
Oh, you're through to boot camp.
You're going through to judges' houses, Becky. I didn't like it. I
loved it.
Well done.
It was a really cute programme. It was really, really sweet.
Yeah?
Yeah. Right, so now this is the really boring bit, so sorry, I'm cutting out eyes. Now, I would say if you've ever
He's no idea, does
purchased
he?
any of our applique dyes for animals, or our Festive Friends applique dyes, which I think we've got on the show later on today, they do have teeny, teeny, tiny round dyes that you can run through your Gemini for these little eyes. And I would suggest that if you find it difficult to cut down these tiny pieces, you can do that here. But I'm just going to use my tiny little snips to cut around the edge. You could, of course, use a pair of tweezers, probably
Tweezers?
pointed tweezers. If
You forgot what
wanted
they're called?
To hold on to that. You can cut around here with your tweezers if you've got big sausage fingers like I have. Like that.
Careful.
There you go. Or you could embroider these little bits here, but you can see they're really, really tiny. So they're quite tricky to cut out, but you can do them like that, or as I say, you can do them with your Gemini if you happen to have those little sort of circles that we've had in previous collections.
It's like a little foxy pirate.
Arr. That's what foxes say, don't they? I don't know, foxes make a terrible noise where I am.
It's
almost like someone being, you know, ripped
yeah,
apart.
the over
And then,
what do you call it? I can't remember the word I'm trying to say, but the
banana?
No.
Licorice all salt?
No. No. They make a mountain out of a molehill, don't they? They're not physically, but I can't remember what I'm trying to say. Well, I can remember what I'm trying to say.
They're drama queens, aren't they?
Drama queens. Yes, that's it. They're drama queens. Yeah.
Look at me, I found some chicken from the chicken shop round the corner.
Yeah.
Ah. Yeah.
It's like Clemmy, our dog. You very, very slightly knock the back of her leg, and oh my God, she's dying. Just because she knows that she'll get treats and lots of pats and stuff like that.
What kind of dog is your dog?
Sorry?
What kind of dog is your dog?
Clemmy, now you're asking. She's got a bit of lab in her.
Right.
Yeah, a bit of lab. She is quite a big dog. She's getting quite a big dog, yeah. Yeah, long legs. She's got a big female beard. Which when she drills, it's just like, oh. Sorry?
She's got a female beard.
Yeah, yeah. And then we've got Floyd, who's a red setter lab. He's my best friend's dog. My mum and stepdad kind of dog sit for him when Ian's working away and Jess, she works in the police. They're the ones that got Monroe and Grayson. And the boys call me Uncle Craig, we're that close. But yeah, we've got Floyd, he's a red setter. He's just adorable.
Aww.
He is the absolute best.
That was always the colour I wanted my hair.
Was it?
Yeah, of a red setter. I went into the hairdressers once with they say, bring in a picture of how you want your hair to look. And I brought in a picture of a dog. And I said, I want my hair to look like this.
You could have taken a picture of this fox then.
Yeah, exactly. It's quite a bright fox, isn't it? There you go. So we've got this on here. So this is a piece of fabric which I have, it's two pieces, exactly the same. What I did was I just cut out some little corners here. And I've done the same with the lining fabric. So I'm just going to adhere this piece on here.
Okay.
And then we're going to sew that together and make it into a little bit of a bag.
Kirsty D is saying, thank you, Becky. I now have James the Cat theme stuck in my head. Sandra Dundas is saying, Becky, Aldi just a bit further round will have strawberry laces. Oh yeah, that's just round by Tesco's as well, isn't it? I don't think I need to go to Tesco's today. I brought all my own lunch in, all my own tea in.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Brought it all in.
Oh, I take full advantage of when I'm here and Christina's here to be able to have a jacket potato.
Yeah, yeah. See, it'd be not wrong for me to do that, but because I just live 15 minutes away, you know, if I'd done that all the time, I'm just as well bringing my own stuff in. Although there is times that I come in and there's cakes or that around. Christina's made lovely cakes.
There don't appear to be any cakes here today, which is very disappointing.
It might be now.
Might there be?
Yeah.
Oh, right,
yeah,
okay.
Maybe.
I'm going to go cake hunting later then.
Yeah, go cake hunting.
Okay.
Samantha's saying it would be great to cut out the animals twice, front and back, and make a stuffy out of these.
Why are you laughing, Kate?
Because I read it completely wrong.
There would be, that would be quite good. Actually, there is a company that I saw on, what's it called? LinkedIn, who do like big kind of like escape room kind of things.
All right.
They do it for charity, and actually I'm really keen. So it's a friend of a friend who's doing them. I'm really keen to do it because it's a company called Mind Blown. They do a charitable event overnight in London. So you're doing all these different sort of escape rooms and puzzles, and have to travel around London at night. I think it finishes at 6 o'clock in the morning, and they all have team shirts. You know, you could have team shirts using these as a way of doing that. That would be quite a good option.
Yeah.
So there's lots of ways you could use these, definitely. But I quite like the idea of popping them on making them into sort of toys, making them into cushions.
Or you're going on a hen do, and like, no foxy ladies are in town or something like that.
Yeah.
You could do.
And then the one that is always asleep, you could make her into the bear, because bears hibernate this time of year,
you
don't
could
they?
do. So yeah, you could have some cheeky fun when it comes to these ones.
Now, what I'm going to do here, so I've adhered everything together. I'm just going to stitch around a little bit of it so you can see what I mean about finishing it off. And now I'm going to use running stitch on here, just with my sewing machine. But there are different options for how you might want to do it. So if I show you some little samples here, this one here, if you can zoom in, this is blanket stitch around the outside. So this is being done. It looks to me this has been done by machine, but you could do that by hand. And this is a great way of finishing off the very edge of your fabric if you want to make sure that you don't get any kind of fraying around the edge. So you can see how that's finished off here. Now this next one is just stitched with a sewing machine around the edge. But you can see, if I give this a bit of a rub down here, over time, these bits, because they're the very edges, are not completely finished off around there. It will fray a little bit, but that makes it look quite nice. I quite like that look, that feel to it. This one's been stitched with sewing machine, but with a different kind of stitch. It's
like camouflage.
It is a bit like that. And then this one is free motion machine embroidery. So you can see it's very sort of loose the way you stitch it. You would use your free motion machine embroidery foot on there, but you get quite a nice feel. It almost gives it a bit of movement on here, a little bit like the rabbit that I did earlier on. So there are different options you can do for finishing it off. You can, of course, finish them off by hand. You might want to do blanket stitch by hand, or you could do satin stitch. The satin stitch looks a little bit like this, but obviously all the stitches are close together, and so it'd make a full sort of cover around the edge. So lots of different options, but for the moment, I'm just going to use a sewing machine, and I'm just going to stitch around. We're just going to do this bit here so you can see what that looks like.
Fab. Sandra, I'm not sure if it's still there. Sandra's saying, Craig, is the Aladdin's Cave that was the craft store in Letham still there? I'm not sure if it's still there. Letham is in between Carnoustie and Forfar, or in between Dundee and Forfar, wherever you feel familiar with. But yeah, lovely little village, and it had an absolute incredible little old craft store, although it was jam-packed full. So I'm not sure if it's still there.
There are definitely less craft stores than there used to be.
Yeah, oh gosh,
there used to be a really good one where I grew up in a garden centre, and they still do have some craft things, but there's hardly anything there in comparison to how it used to be. And wool and things are always quite difficult to find, I think.
I could imagine that must be hard.
Near a good craft store. Pardon?
I could imagine that would be hard to get the wool. Yeah.
It's just not something that happens too much anymore.
Not really, not really. Rosalind is saying, I'm going to make some dog toys with these appliques. Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice idea.
It's an idea. As long as your dog's not one of those that would rip them to bits like Clemmy would be. She gets a toy and just rips it to bits.
Yeah, my dog's exactly the same. They like to play with the toys. They're well loved within about 10 minutes.
Lynn is saying, when I was born, my hair was naturally the colour of a red setter dog, red squirrel.
That's quite exciting.
Lillian's also saying, I would say my style is a free motion stitching, unintentional though.
I quite like the movement that you get, and you don't have to be precise, which is always a good thing for me because, you know, I'm lazy. But you can see around here, I've just stitched around the edge. you can see how that finishes that off. And I've just done a very small stitch, nothing very special, just used a cream thread because that's what's in there, but I think actually a free motion stitch is the way to go. So I'm going to carry on putting this bag together.
Okay.
So we've got a little bit of lining in the bag as well. So I've already done the lining. So the lining is with that beautiful, is this butterflies and dragonflies?
Yeah.
I think. So what I did here is exactly the same kind of fabric, so same setup, but I've stitched it around and I've left a little bit of a gap here. So I'm going to put that to one side and then I'm going to put this together. So we want to put right sides together. So these two bits across here. And I'm going to stitch down these two sides first of all, and then I'm going to, after I stitch that together, then I'm going to stitch these little ends, these little box corners here. So I'll do that now.
It's been great to see, you know, the two full demonstrations you've done, but then also all the finished examples as well. It's nice to see how you've been able to create these within, you know, and this is just wake-up call. You know, we've actually got the 2 hours of softer side later on in the day, coming up at 2 o'clock in the UK, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Pacific Time. Taking these ideas and using your own fabrics that you've got. Maybe you've got new ones you've purchased. Maybe you are purchasing some more. Maybe you've got some already at home you're wanting to use up. I suppose with these templates as well, because you can do the different sizes, they're going to be good for, maybe you've got little pieces left over, little sizable pieces that you can start to use.
Yeah, I think it's really good as a stash buster.
Yeah, I would say so anyway. Rosalind is saying it's pouring here in Maryland. I'm glad the weather's warm enough though, otherwise it would be snowing. I still don't think we've got over that yet. I think we're still going to get some snow in that soon. Apparently, Nicola's saying we're meant to be getting another beast from the east.
Oh no.
Gosh. Hopefully it's not going to be too bad. Although,
well, hopefully it's not going to be when I'm travelling back.
no, hopefully not. Although the wind seems to have settled down. Seems to have gone, it could be the eye of the storm. It's gone that dead calm.
I mean, there we are, sort of, like you said earlier, there we are thinking, oh, you know, it's bad. But over in the States, it's nothing like it is there, is it?
Nothing whatsoever. I was actually laughing because one of my favourite disaster films, so to speak, is Twister.
Oh, yeah.
And I was laughing because apparently they'd had all these meetings and what have you. It had gone on for weeks about what they're going to call the new one.
Yeah.
And they've ended up calling it Twisters.
Oh.
Twisters. So I was like, can you imagine the money, the time, the resources that's gone in to think of a title for the sequel? And all they've just done is added S on the end. But I'm looking forward to that one. I hope Helen Hunt's still going to be in it.
That was a good film. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Would you ever do that? Would you be a storm hunter?
Yeah.
You would?
I'd be a storm hunter. I'd be a ghost hunter.
Vampire hunter?
I don't know about that. Yeah. I find it interesting, but no, I would definitely, I'd love to be a storm. It's one of those things, if, hindsight and what have you, but if I knew I was going to survive, I would love to go into a storm. I would love to drive into a storm,
Well, have you, I don't remember the details particularly, but there was an amazing sort of real-life documentary about this couple who had been paragliding. And they'd lost communication with their boat, plane, whatever it was, and they hadn't realised that this storm was coming in. And they got sucked up into this eye of the storm. And I think one of them, they were sort of really, really high up. I don't know whether one of them did die, but one certainly survived. Basically went into hibernation up, because they were up so high. And then as the storm, they dropped down, they almost froze, I suppose. As they dropped down, they started to defrost and come to, and they managed to land eventually. It was an amazing, it wasn't that long ago, maybe less than 20 years ago, and there was a programme on, you know, sort of a Discovery kind of channel, and it was incredible how this happened, and they knew all the details because they had a monitor on, so they could see how the heart rate was going, and they could also see where they were. Amazing, definitely worth watching.
I need to look for that, yeah.
Right, so what I've done here is I've got my little bag here, and I've got my lining as well. So I'm going to put my lining in my bag. I hate doing this bit because I always think, oh, I'm doing this wrong. I'm going to put my lining in my bag so my right sides are together. Is this right? This is hopefully right. If it's not right, you know what I mean. Just going to say that.
You'll be right.
You'll be right. I'll be right. So I'm just going to get this, I'm going to make sure I've got everything sort of pinned together, and we're going to stitch around the top of this.
Okay.
And then when we turn it all inside out, it will all be the right way, I hope.
Yeah.
But this bit always fills me with dread. Every time I do this, I think, oh, have I got it round the right way? You don't think it's wrong?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, when turning it inside out.
Nicola, you don't sound convinced.
So Charlotte's definitely convinced it's right. Nicola's, she's a skeptic.
Yeah.
I would say what Charlotte's just said, it looks wrong, but I think, yeah, no, you're right.
If it comes out wrong, you'll know what I was trying to achieve,
Yeah.
is what I'm going to say. And if you've done it wrong, if I've done it wrong, lots of people would do it wrong. And so you can just see, you know, it's just one of those things. So I'm just pinning around the outside. I haven't got any wadding or any interfacing in here to give it more structure. So the wadding is that kind of fluffy stuff that goes in the middle of a quilt. I haven't got any of that in here. I deliberately didn't do that because I didn't want it to have too much structure, because I thought actually it could be used as a bit of a tote bag as well. So I'm going to stitch around the outside.
Perfect. We'll just let you do that, and then we'll do a quick vote as to demo of the show. But we are going to be back, myself and Becky, for 2 hours of Softer Side, where we're going to be looking at these animal applique templates once again, as well as a few other items you might want to get your hand on. That's going to be 2 o'clock here in the UK, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Pacific Time. And then Becky's going to head off back to the house, where she's going to be back tomorrow with me. However, tonight here in the UK time, myself and Tiffany will be here for a Totally Tiffany Craft House. That's 6 o'clock here in the UK, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Time. We've also got the 2 new buddy bags that we were showing you beforehand, easy to store buddy bags. So we'll be having a look at them. So these ones here, these are easy to organise. We'll have a look at them as well as some other items when it comes to Totally Tiffany, but that's going to be the final show of the day here on Crafters TV. Take advantage of that free gift today, where you spend over £20, $20 and €20. That's going to be popped into your order automatically. It's our Gilded Flakes kit from Sarah's Signature collection. And then any items that you purchase that haven't launched within January and February, you can take advantage of Clear Out 10 code. So you get to the checkout and then just pop in Clear Out 10. That's going to take 10% off your order as well. It does exclude launches from January and February though, so maybe you want to stock up on a few additional items, but that benefit is definitely getting that free gift today. It's part of day 1 of 3 when it comes to random crafts of kindness. There'll be something else tomorrow, and then there'll be something else on Sunday as well. But see, Becky, why doubt you?
Yeah, I always worry that it's not going to be quite right, but it's fine. It's all good. So we're just going to fiddle around here, make sure that that is all in the right place.
Blessed crafter, yes, I would be a Sasquatch hunter. Yeah.
And what we want to give this a bit of a quick press around here to finish off that edge.
That's looking
and then
so
I've
cute.
got a little strap to go here. Now, I actually thought I would finish it off on the outside because I thought what would be quite nice is if you had a little bead or a little button on here to finish that off, which I haven't got, but I thought that'd be quite a nice way to finish it off rather than tucking it inside. So I'm just going to give it a bit of a press first of all, so you can see.
Well, that answered Julie Merritt's question there, saying do the handles go on afterwards? I think what we'll need to do just in a moment is get that one, Becky, side by side with the one that you've done earlier, so we can get a very quick demo of the show in. It will definitely be a Becky win today, whether it be in Wake Up Call and then Softer Side, because there won't be a vote. In actual fact, we'll do demo of the day in the next show as well.
Okay.
So we'll do that for sure. So Becky will be going up within the...
Against myself.
Sorry?
I'll be going up against myself.
You'll go up against yourself, absolutely.
And then on Sunday, it's Becky Robinson, and Becky Robinson's going to make sure that Becky Sworn wins.
Well, softer side. Second Chance Sunday, we actually do a swap. I'll be on this side. So it's me that you need to... yes.
Craig.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is me.
Might have to butter you up.
You are indeed.
In the break.
You are indeed. Oh, look at that. Poor Chloe, she'll be sweating here going, my God, I need to get the vote in.
Right, so we should stitch around the outside, but we can't do that now. So I'm just going to put the little strap on here for the moment. I'll just pin it for the moment so you can see what that looks like. And
That's
then
amazing.
in 2 seconds,
Brenda said it's
I'll
amazing
grab the
how
other
fast
one.
Becky's put that one together. Isn't it just? Oh, could this be demo of the day? Could this then be demo of the week? It could be.
Little bag here. So it's actually quite a big bag. So you could fit actually 2 full-size Easter eggs in there and no problem at all. So that is the kind of bag your children will want you to make for them for Easter.
Rightio, off we have that side by side when it comes to your first project. And usually say you've literally got a minute or so. You've probably got about 30 seconds or so to get your votes in.
Number 1 is this one and number 2 is this. So what does a bunny say or what does a fox say?
What do they say indeed?
Yes,
anything you want, anything you want. You might be able to then incorporate that with the alphabet dies that Becky done within that first demonstration. That will be shown within softer side. But it's all been around the brand new launch of our Animal Applique template collection. This one is the Showstopper collection. You're all going for that Showstopper collection, which I'm not surprised. $38.96 or $49.03. That then comes down to a platinum price of $31.17 or $39.22. What that means is a Showstopper. Within that price there, you are also going to be getting your scissors and you're also getting your 3 erasable pens. If you go for just the 4 templates on their own, that comes down to $33.96 or $44.03. So you can see that you're going to get the scissors and also the 3 erasable pens for that extra $5. And if you were to get them separately, they're going to come to $15.98. Or of course $22.90. So that is why everyone is then going to be going for that Showstopper collection. All on the website, so crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.eu. Go into Shop the Day, that's where you're going to find everything from what Becky's been shown within Wake Up Call, Softer Side, and then myself and Tiffany, of course, from Craft House later on. It's been the new launch today of the Animal Applique. Then we've also got our easy to organise that have just been launched as well today. The 2 new ones. This is the easy to organise that you're going to be seeing being brought in. Same quality, same incredible, phenomenal uses when it comes to these ones. All got a QR code on the back. We'll have a look at them in more detail later on at the end of the day. But when it comes to demo of the show, it's going to go right into number 2.
Ah, so that
number 2.
That is the bag with the fox.
So that's going to go up against Becky Robinson in the next hour. That was on purpose. I know what I've done there. Becky, that was such a blast. I can't wait to do that again for you in the next hour.
Thank you.
We'll have a look at all these things again?
Yes, all sorts of bits and pieces we've got on the show. It's going to be
do
great.
That. Let's do that. Thank you very much. Thank you, Chloe, as well, for your help. If you are watching live, the 4 of us will be back in the next hour, which is in 1 hour's time. So go and grab your lunch, your breakfast, your tea, whatever it is, and we'll see you shortly. Bye.